Speaking My Mind, Volume 2. Yeah, y'all like that? It's tight, right? So, what's going on with Speaking My Mind, Volume 2? We're going to talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't give a fuck what none of y'all motherfuckers think. I just care about what I think. I may take into consideration what others think, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going along with it. Now, I might piss off a whole lot of you motherfuckers, but I don't really care. It never once occurred to me that I was doing anything wrong, because we're under like an act of some sort called the freedom of speech. That means I can say whatever the fuck I want to, and as long as it ain't directed towards anybody, y'all can't do a fucking thing. Y'all can try to do a thing. Y'all can definitely try. You can take me to court. You can sue me. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff, really. I don't know that it'll work, you know, but can you? Absolutely. Can I take to court the government for being offended because they essentially charge taxes? I mean, I probably could. I don't know how far it would go. It sounds ridiculous. But that doesn't mean I can't do it. So, for those of you who get offended real easy, this video's for you. Man, I love it. I love life. I love living life. And I love having fun and being creative. There's nothing I love more than being creative. And thinking outside the box. You know, since school and the whole educational curriculum has been placing everyone in a box forever. The moment you step out, the moment you see what's really going on. Now, let's talk about presidents. Let's talk about elections. If I gave you Devil 1, said he's the red side, the left side. Gave you Devil number 2, that's the blue side, that's the right side. And told you to vote for a president, both of them are bad, and it doesn't matter how you look at it. Shouldn't either one of them be president. But we have to choose one. I mean, not necessarily. They leave the ability to choose. But you don't have to choose. It could be the first time in history that both presidents receive no votes. What would that do? It might cause a reset. And then again, it might not do nothing. Who knows? No one knows. I don't think it's ever been done before. But that's not to say that it can't happen. Shit. Anything's possible. You put enough money behind it, they'll make it happen. Oh, damn. Did I just offend the elites? My bad, homos. Now, I don't know, was that an attack? Calling you a homo? I don't know, because I could have been meaning Homo sapien. I mean, who really knows? We'll just leave it at homo. Homo sounds better anyway. What does homo even mean? I know what it means in my book. I don't know what it means in y'all's book. So, slander. What does it mean to slander? And if you slander the wrong person's name, I mean, to be honest with you, you'll probably catch heat for that. Even though nobody has any more power over the other, you'll still catch heat for it. It'll be something like, you shouldn't have said what you said, so now I'm suing you. I'm going to try to get you for all kinds of money. But what y'all fail to realize is once you take everything from a man, it just leaves him with one thing: his voice. Yeah, well, you can't take that. I mean, I guess you could physically by harming someone, I guess, you know. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I'm just gonna take you to court because we're offended. Well, in that case, I like to take everybody to court because I was offended that they existed. That sounds retarded. Just like someone else with hurt feelings. My feelings are hurt. Why are your feelings hurt? Because Tammy so-and-so out in Nebraska, she called me a snail. And I'm offended. Oh, she called you a snail? Oh, okay. Wow, what does that mean? That's the lowest part of the barrel, huh? So yeah, I see it. Well, damn, man, I thought you were going to pass me. Whatever. I even slowed down for you. Okay. So I'm assuming the guy behind me has different intentions, because the way he rides my ass, I mean, I'm just observing. He's riding my ass more than a car length, less than 2, and we're going 55 miles an hour. And if y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but Tennessee state law says that you got to be 1 car length per 10 miles an hour. Well, at 55 miles an hour, that's 5.5 car lengths. And it's your car length. So if they're driving around in a big old jacked up truck, quad cab, it's extra long. Well, yeah. So 5 of those and the half of one. That would be the correct distance between the 2 vehicles. Did they violate this? Yeah. When the passing lane got up ahead, I got into the shoulder lane, or the slow lane, or whatever the fuck it's called. Hey, yeah, attack me for that one, I don't care. So, when I slowed down, they sped up. And then they slowed down. And they were right by my driver quarter panel. And I don't know why they didn't continue to accelerate to pass me. They just kind of let out of the throttle because I guess I let out of my throttle. So I don't really know what was going on there. Anyways, we ran out of room to pass. So then I immediately get back into the other lane because my lane's running out. And when this happens, they act all crazy, slam on the brakes and shit. But again, I don't know why these people are doing the things that they do. Everybody else has a mission. You know, he could be on the way to a funeral or something. He could be on the way to the hospital where his family's dying or something. I mean, I don't know. But technically, if all that was going on, you should have had your four-ways on. I mean, that's what that means. Four-ways for a pedestrian is kind of like police sirens. And it kind of gives you the ability to say, hey, watch out, I'm coming through here. I ain't got no sense. Got my four-ways on. Use caution. Right. I just know when I was younger, volunteer fire department, if they didn't have a light, they would have their four-ways on and they would be doing like 100 down Highway 12. Heading to a fire, which is typical around here in Tennessee, especially when you're in a rural area. So, it's just pretty wild how everybody's feelings get hurt. Then people want to take people to court. I guess they got something to prove. I don't know what they're proving other than being stupidity. Because who's got time to be up in a courtroom talking about someone's feelings? I ain't got time to be doing that. I'm too busy being in the present. That's the best place to be, is in the present. Because tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow technically doesn't exist. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. We could all die tonight if a meteor hits the planet big enough to take it out. Other things could happen as well. But again, we could all totally die tonight. So therefore tomorrow never happened. So therefore it's irrelevant. Tomorrow is a made-up term for the next day ahead. That's not guaranteed. So there'd be no sense in even talking about it. Right? Right. So when people say, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, they're kind of setting themselves up for failure. That's not good. But I guess it is good if that's what you believe. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. But like, it's just things like that that I'm just kind of wondering when everybody's going to wake up. When is everybody going to realize that it's self that they need to be worried about, not everyone else? If you can be happy within yourself, then shouldn't anyone outside of yourself ever make you unhappy. Because they don't control your emotions. You do. Well, I mean, I thought you do. I mean, there's people out there right now. I'm not going to name any names. But there's people out there right now who you could say something wrong to, and they will have an outer body experience. Like, you will make them mad. Now, I don't know how someone else makes someone else mad when the someone else has complete control over their emotions. Now, they can either react, right? We all know what reacting is, right? That's like acting without thinking. That's a reaction. You didn't think, you just did. Well, that's a problem, because you're letting something such as an ego determine your outcome. Pretty much. And it doesn't have to be that way. Because if you're witnessing something that makes you uncomfortable, okay, if you can do something about it, by all means, step in. If you can't do anything about it, then you should remove yourself from the situation that makes you uncomfortable. I mean, yeah. If you're in school, you can't do this. I know I went through school, had bullies. You can't just remove yourself from the situation, because they'll just follow you. Now they're in your new situation, at your new place. So you can't do this when you're in school. But that doesn't mean that you have to let a bully affect you in any way. Because I promise you, the reason why you're getting bullied is because he's having a hard life at a young age. Probably doesn't have the best parents. And his brothers and sisters probably beat the shit out of him every day. So it makes him feel better by picking on you. I really don't know what the reason is for hang on a minute, I gotta check this out. Internet needs to fix their shit. Oh well, that's probably why they didn't answer the phone when I called. Fuck it. Gotta wait till tomorrow. Damn. Stopped up here at the pet store. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving. Whatever that means. They say Christopher Columbus found America. He didn't find shit. How about that? People were already here. Found America. Sounds like a bunch of shit to me. Oh, let me give y'all a history lesson. Pearl Harbor. Right? Everybody knows that, right? Yeah. That's a bunch of... It shouldn't have happened. I'll tell you that, okay? So our own military goes over to Japan and caps their oil supply. We capped Japan's oil supply? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Like, fuck y'all, y'all can't get shit. Well, that's why Pearl Harbor happened. Because we were greedy. And we didn't want Japan to have any oil. That's why they attacked. We did it to ourselves. Now, the ones who died during Pearl Harbor, they all pretty much died in vain because none of them had to die. If we would have never went over there and capped their oil, Pearl Harbor would have never happened. Stupid. But hey, I can't say this or that because everybody's always fighting for someone else's war, never their own. What happened here? I don't know, but I'm going. It's like my key. Yeah, I didn't realize that until later on because, again, here we go. The government had classified documents. Classified for what? About the Pearl Harbor shit. Classified. Yeah. Meaning they got released. Declassified. Okay. What's so special about these documents? Well, they say in the documents why Pearl Harbor happened. And it was us. We did it. We instigated the whole thing. Now here's the shittier part. This is the part most people don't even realize what was happening. When the war took place, the United States withheld 80% of your wages for the war. 80%. So you had 20% to live on. How the fuck was you able to do that? Well, back then, you were farming. So you could do that. So that's why they did that. They pretty much got rich off the war because they could. You can't do that now. Well, because we can't live on 20% of our wages. For one, because we don't have farms. Not everybody. And back then, pretty much everybody had a farm. There were still people that didn't have a farm. But most of everybody had a farm. Of some kind. Because that was the agriculture days. Right after the Industrial Revolution. Or whatever the fuck that's called. So, I would like to tell all of you flat earthers, yeah, that's right, time to get offended. So, just gotta ask you guys I don't know, a couple of different things, maybe. Is flat earth square? Or is it round? Or y'all don't know? No one knows. And out of the flat earthers, y'all gonna love this one. Is there any flat earther believer that has any kind of money? I mean, you ain't gotta have a whole lot, but you kinda gotta have some money to do what I'm about to tell you. Because this is about to set all y'all straight. Because if you fly high enough, and you get above the clouds, you will totally see that the earth is round. Now, I can't tell you that I have personally flown or I have been on a plane. So I have a telescope. Okay, let me just put that out there. I have seen the ISS, International Space Station, from my telescope. Just put that out there, okay? We're talking about a space station with no propellers, no propulsion system. If it does got one, it's tiny. Tiny. Meaning it's not going to keep that big son of a bitch up there without coming down. Okay, now we can get that out of the way. So it must be a satellite. It must be in orbit. It must be rotating around the planet for you fat earthers, flat earthers. Now, you want to talk about golf balls, tennis balls, gravity. You want to talk about spin the golf ball 13,000 miles an hour like the earth that you say is spinning. Put a P on that. First of all, you can't put a P on that because if you're looking at the earth and we're claiming that it's round, nothing on the earth is the size of a pea in relative, okay? Everything's fucking as small as dust particles. Okay, dust particles, okay. Spin that golf ball or that tennis ball or that baseball 13,000 miles an hour. Then stop spinning it. And then look at it. You're going to tell me them dust particles ain't there anymore? No, they're still there. Huh. I'm just saying. Relative to size, the reason why you can't have an object on Earth and it have gravity, the object, well, that's because you ain't gonna never ever have enough mass to have gravity. Because the moon is not as big as Earth. Nah, it's smaller. So the gravity is less. Okay. So if you want, you can get a piece of mass the size of the moon, separate it from Earth, and it will have its own gravitational field, similar to the moon. But it's not physically possible with the technology that we have today. I don't know anybody that can make a landmass the size of the moon. Come on now. But then you say, well, why does it gotta be big? Because our own records of gravity are on something big. Real big. So, all of that being said, Earth's round. Now, the other part about your little ice wall. This is great. This is great. They took Game of Thrones and made it their reality. Marvelous. So I will tell you that we are not allowed to go to Antarctica. And I will tell you that Antarctica is a small enough continent that you can get in a boat and go all the way around Antarctica. They won't stop you. They won't say you can't go through this water. They won't do none of that. They just won't let you on the land. Okay. Now, what's probably a little bit more strange, you know, I like strange, is that we fight over oil. And we fight over land. And we can't make up our minds for nothing. But 17 countries signed a treaty saying no one steps foot on Antarctica. No military on Antarctica. 17 countries agreed to this. And then 34 countries co-signed that. That's like, That's a lot of countries who are in agreement. We don't agree on nothing. No one does. That's why we're still fighting over oil now. So how is it that all these countries are in agreement to not going to Antarctica? How is that even a thing? Everybody's like, well, you know, it's cover up. I mean, it is definitely something, because nowhere else on the planet is it like this. So, if you can take a boat and go around Antarctica, that would mean that it's an island, right? Like Australia. It's a continent, but it's an island. I mean, it's surrounded by water. So again, if you have GPS and it works, you go around Antarctica, you will see that the landmass in the center that you couldn't explore wasn't very big. So when you say the ice wall, I mean, if there was an ice wall, there wouldn't be nothing behind it. Maybe a little patch of land and then another ice wall for whenever you travel around the continent, you see that side of the ice wall. I mean, could be just some big old mountain that you're looking at. I don't know. I just know that Earth's round. And the way that we know this is because every aviator on the planet has to know the curvature of the Earth. Because if they fly in a straight line, they're going to hit the ground. And you're like, how's that even possible? Earth's flat. If you fly at a straight line at the same altitude, well, now here's the thing. If you fly in a straight line, you're going to end up changing your altitude. The reason why is because the Earth is round. If the Earth was flat, the altitude would stay the same forever. You would just get at this altitude and fly, and it would stay that. In a straight line. But that's not the case. Because if you fly in a straight line, sooner or later, you're going to start losing altitude. And if you keep on going, you're going to crash right into the land. Well, that's because you should have pulled up. But you couldn't pull up because you were supposed to fly in a straight line to prove that the Earth was flat. And so, another thing, if you can find me one thing in the cosmos, because it's vast. There's fuck tons of shit out there. So, it should be very easy for you, flat earthers. Find me one thing that's not man-made and it's flat. That's not on Earth, you know? Use your telescope. Because I'm here to tell you, ain't nothing flat. You zoom in far enough on a flat surface, and you will see that it is not flat. Our perception might be, it's totally flat. But that don't mean it's flat. That's just what we think. It's like looking at somebody with blue hair and say they got red hair. That's just what we think. It's not to say that it's right, and it's not to say that it's wrong. Both. I more or less can't figure out is why do y'all care so much? Let's just say the earth was flat. Okay, now what? Nothing. Okay, let's go back to being the earth is round. Now what? Still nothing. So, what's the point of the argument? To be right? Why does anyone care to be right? To have that label? To have that title? Oh yeah, I was right. I was right all along. Proved all you motherfuckers. Now, who's he talking to? The crowd that's not listening to him? So, what'd that do? Nothing? Just having a real hard time trying to go along with you little flat earthers on the earth's flat. Satellites ain't real. Dinosaurs are fake. They faked the moon landing. It's all a bunch of shit. Right. You got any proof of this? No? How does the sun come up? Do horses on chariots pull it with ropes? I mean, I don't know. You got to have some kind of backing. You got a belief. What's your belief? I believe this. Okay, why do you believe that? I don't know. What? You don't know why you believe it, you just believe it? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess you're entitled to that too. I mean, it's whatever. You just got no ground you're standing on. You got to have some kind of foundation to stand on. I mean, I guess not. I guess this goes back to your own opinion. It's yours. It matters what you think, not anyone else. So then, if that is true, and it matters what you think and not anyone else, then why do you even argue about flat versus round? I mean, what are you arguing? We already know what you think, and you already know what we think, so what does it matter? How did it change anything? It didn't. It's wild. So I started a fish tank today, or no, not today. What is today? Thursday. I started a fish tank Monday. No, Sunday. It is a self-cleaning biosphere. Oh man, let me just fill y'all in. Okay? This is another thing. Look up on your phones. I don't care what you look up. Look it up on a computer. I don't give a fuck. Look it up. What do large amounts of chlorine do to the human body when absorbed through the skin? Look that up. Just look it up. When you get your answers, report back into the comments. Because I'm here to tell you, everybody who swims in a goddamn pool that's chlorine cleaned or whatever, that's what's causing the cancer. Fun fact, if you want to switch to salt water, you lose your warranty. Oh yeah, lose your warranty. Well, why in the fuck would they do that? It's healthier. Because they want you swimming in chlorine. Because I don't know if you knew this or not, so I'm going to fill y'all in. The medical, the hospitals, all of them. A cured patient is a lost customer. Meaning no more subscription, no more money. They ain't having that. So that's why they give you a pill to take care of what you got. But later on, it's going to give you this. Then you'll be back in that motherfucker. I know this is fact. Can you prove it? Yeah, I can prove it. I can prove it. Say, I don't know, we got 5 cures for cancer. But since they discontinue the use of chemotherapy, they never make it. They never make it. Pseudoscience. But it's proven. How do you know it's proven? Well, because the patients had stage 4 cancer. And now they're still alive. Whoa, stage 4, that's like on their deathbed. Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if you got proven cancer cure, why doesn't it make it to the hospitals that could save lives? Why don't it make it to the children at the Shriners? Why don't it do any of this? Because the moment you do that, you take away from their money. They ain't about to let that happen. Look it up. What does the cancer industry make in profit every year? It's like $4 billion. You're not going to pull from them pockets. And if you do, we'll bury you and your technology. So, red light, that is one. Frequency, that's another one. They totally killed that guy and fucking put all his shit and burned it. Nobody knows where it is. Nobody has anything. Like, all we got is not clear files. We don't know how to build the machine, etc. There is, go on my YouTube page, go to where it says posts. It's in the posts, all 5 of them. Cancer, proven to kill cancer, proven to take cancer, proven to cure people of cancer. And what happens? Terminated. Deleted. Why? Stepped into their funds. Can't be stopping the hospital from making their billions. Part of the system. Part of the control. You'll figure it out one day. Or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll think I'm just a conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? But after you've had a family member die from cancer that need not to happen, could have been prevented had I known the knowledge that I know now, why'd you look that up? Oh, well, you don't technically look this shit up unless you have someone in the family that's dying of cancer. Then you kind of look up some stuff. Well, I was too late to the information that was acquired. And I had already lost my sister. And none of that would have happened. And she'd still be with us today had I know what I know now. I mean, because I don't care. I don't need permission. You have cancer? You're my sister? Here, I'm going to do this to you? Oh, but you can't do that because she won't go to the hospital and get her chemo. Fuck all that. Fuck the chemo. I'm not worried about that. I don't need your goddamn permission. I'll fucking turn this machine on. I made it myself. I'll fucking put it on my sister. I'll kill all the cancer and she'll be fine. And then when she goes back up for her checkup, she can tell him or she don't have to tell him. I hope she don't tell him because they're just going to bury me, destroy my machine, and yeah, y'all keep getting cancer. I mean, this is what it is. Look it up though. Chlorine absorption through the skin in large amounts causes cancer. Chlorine's in our tap water. Yeah. Now, probably like, it takes a long time. No, bullshit. Bullshit. Take a glass of water of your tap water. Put in the chemical OTP. 1 drop. The whole cup turns yellow. Yeah, that's all the chlorine. Okay, now, take 2 glasses of tap water. Set them side by side. 1 drop in one. Set your hand in the other one. Look at this glass as it turns yellow, and you're going to just be amazed. Now, pull your hand out of the other glass and put a drop in that one, and it stays crystal clear. So in 5 to maybe 15 seconds, you just absorbed all the chlorine in that glass. That's fast, way fast. So you're in a pool, swimming around with your buddies, and it's a chlorinated pool. They just got through shocking it the day before. It's full of chlorine. You jump in it, you and 5 of your buddies. Y'all are in it for 4 hours. Y'all get out. You got to add double the chlorine. Why? Because all of y'all absorbed it all. And then when you get cancer, you're like, I don't know how this happened. I mean, I know how it happened. Stupid. Or ignorant. Not stupid, ignorant. Because if you're going to allow society to sell you merchandise that causes you to get sick later, and you not investigate or do any research and just take it with a grain of salt, that's your own fault. Don't trust no one. Don't trust me. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust. Just do your own research. Do your own diligence. Do what I did. That's how I found out. That's how I know what's right and what ain't. What is and what isn't. I mean, why do I drink this? I drink this because I fucking want to. It's killing you. No. Not like the pools are killing you. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And I drink water, just not a whole lot. But this is, I've been drinking this for years. Years. Understand what I'm saying to you? I am a high energy output being. I have a high metabolism. So therefore, I'm always go, go, go on the move. Even when I'm sitting still like this, my body is constantly just, I don't know. I've been this way my entire life. What does this do? It tastes good. What does it do? I guess I would say it hydrates me. Not as good as water, but it does hydrate me. It's a consumable, man. I don't know. I enjoy drinking it. I don't know. What does it do for me? I mean, it doesn't give me superpowers, if that's what you're wondering. I got to get off here. I'm home now. I'm going to work on my fish tank. I made an aquascape. It's a self-cleaning biosphere. It has 4 layers of substrate. Essentially, when it kicks off, it's going to clean itself so that I won't never have to vacuum it. I'll have to feed my fish, but I won't never have to vacuum it or clean the tank or do all this other extra bullshit that society says. Oh yeah, you get a fish tank and get fish gravel. Yeah, that's the dumbest thing you could do. If anyone ever has a fish tank, they need to have at least 2 gravels. Sand gravel or fluval stratum in gravel. You need to have them like that. And the reason why is because the microbes in the substrate break down the fish food. It's really, really hard to do when there's only one substrate. There's no barrier. So if you have a substrate below that one, the microbes could be in that one, and the food can break down in the next one. I'm just putting that out there. I got 4 layers. Why'd you do that? That's a waste of money. We finna see. We finna find out. Because I'm here to tell you, if I don't have to fuck with my fish tank for a year or more, that wasn't a waste of money. That was a save of money. Like, man. And I get to have more time being in the present. Meditating or being in nature, being in the woods, chilling with wildlife. That's rather where I'd be anyway. Anyways, I'm getting off here. Peace.